This is an unfinished dirt house. And today I'm gonna move inside of it and live there for a couple days. But as you can see, it's pretty unfinished right now. It looks like an ancient ruins or your mom. Guys, so as you can see, we got a lot of building left. It's pretty low to the ground. I hope it's not too much work before I actually am able to move in. So here's a quick rundown of how I build only using dirt. First thing I do is cut out the block, which is usually square. And then I load them all into this wagon. And after the wagon's nice and full with blocks, I take it on over to the dirt house. Then it's just a matter of stacking them up pretty nicely. And after the blocks are placed, it's time for the concrete. And no, it's not actual concrete, it's just a mixture of dirt and water. It's basically mud. And once the concrete is mixed good enough, it's time to put it onto the house. You gotta make sure to get it into the cracks. Ew, that's a worm. And if you really want it to be strong, you gotta go the extra mile and put it onto the side of the walls. And once it dries, it'll be really strong. And here's a quick demonstration on how hard this mud gets once it dries. And the mud is an excellent way to level out the surface. And that concludes my building methods for building this dirt house. Now I just gotta build it big enough for me to live inside of. Alright guys, so this dirt house is gonna be a lot of work. So, I called up the boys. It's time to assemble the construction crew. Lee. That's the audio cue. Jackson wanted it. All right, so as you can see, the whole squad is here. We got our own assigned tasks, so let's start building. It's more than time. And with the whole construction crew there, the productivity was maxed out at level 100. All right, so my job is to take the blocks and place them on the house and then put concrete on the blocks so it's sturdy.
All right, so my job in the task force is to cut out the blocks so Infernox can place them.
My job is to mix up the concrete. I've been doing this for 5 hours.
All right, so now that these blocks are placed, I'm gonna put some concrete in between all the cracks and on this surface to make it level.
See you later, my brother.
See ya, chumps. So the boys left, but I decided to soldier on into the night because I need to get this thing done ASAP as possible. Had to get out the lights. I'm gonna be out here for a while. Oh my gosh, this thing is starting to look wild. Guys, I hate to do it so early. I think that I'm done for tonight. I know I wanted to get a lot more progress done than this. I'll be back to do more tomorrow. First thing I did was found this rusty piece of metal. So I know I said yesterday that I wanted to move into it today, but that's not gonna happen because it's not nearly as complete as I thought it'd be by the end of last night. Today I'm gonna have to work a little harder, so maybe I can move into it by tomorrow. So with tomorrow in mind, I started working immediately. So I've been putting a lot of attention into this corner of the house. It's looking pretty good. I'm getting it ready to build like a window right here. All right, so this is what I got worked out for a window. Obviously we can't defy the laws of gravity, so we're gonna need something to hold the dirt above this window. I know it's a little bit darker. I'm gonna get one of the lights out here shortly. All right, so we got a light out here. It's about 6 inches, so I think it's wide enough to hold the dirt. I'm gonna put some mud around this because once this mud dries, it's extremely hard. So it should help a little bit, so. All right, so as you can see, I gave it a paint job so it can match the theme, which is dirt. Anyway, now that the theme is established, I want to get as much progress done as possible because I want to move into it tomorrow. I think I'm going to start focusing on this corner now. But before I do that, I got to cut a lot more blocks because I'm out right now. And with the amount of blocks that I cut out, this is the amount of progress that I made. So next I concreted the window. One thing I was concerned about was that the wall just goes straight up and there's not much supporting it, so it could tip over easier. So I'm going to build up right here so it's more stable. Nailed it. Well, this is what we got done last night. Anyway, I'm gonna do some work off camera, and when I'm done, I should be able to move into it. Cool transition time. Cool transition. I've made a lot of progress off camera. It might be ready to move inside of. It's not quite finished. All right, prepare yourselves. In 3, 2, 1. I mean, you might be thinking that I did more, but this is all I've done. Door is complete. So this side is the most unfinished about it. I mean, Once I get this side done, and then I get like back here, maybe like 1 block higher. After I do all this stuff, which should be pretty easy, I gotta start working on a roof. All right, enough about the structure. It's time for me to go pack my bags and move into this thing. Welcome to my new home. It's not really finished yet, but I'm gonna be living there anyway. I'm gonna keep improving it as I live there. So let's go see my new house. So I went through my tiny little door. I'm gonna have to get used to that. But the first home improvement that I made was putting this tarp thing on the ground because it's gonna be a lot better than sleeping and sitting on dirt. Let's see what I brought. Because to be honest, I kind of don't really remember that much. I brought a pillow, blanket, some filming stuff, some books just in case I get bored, so I could have some sort of entertainment. Speaking of entertainment, there's no internet out here, so this phone is pretty much useless to me. Instead of a phone, I brought something a lot more epic. I brought a DS. These things are really awesome to play. It's one of Nintendo's greatest innovations. This thing's not really important, it's the game that's important because the game we're running is Pokemon Heart Gold, and that's literally my childhood game. But I brought one more thing that the OGs are gonna remember. So there's one very special thing that I brought, and it's time to reveal it to you guys. It's time to reveal it to you guys. So the OGs know that me and this gaming chair, we have been through a lot. From staying overnight inside of a treehouse to sleeping underground. This gaming chair was with me for all those videos. So it's making an epic return, and it's gonna go inside the DirtHouse. Yep, this is gonna be a nice fit into the DirtHouse. I think my plans for tomorrow is to finish all these walls, get them finished, because the sooner I get those finished, the sooner I can start working on a roof. After the roof, I think maybe I could start working on like some smaller details. It's not much of a view outside of the windows, but it doesn't really matter, it's just a bunch of trees. This window right here is pretty cool. As you can see, it's pretty epic. As you can see, it's a pretty basic setup inside the DirtHouse. So I didn't have much to do, so I got on the old game, and it's kind of funny I wanted to replay it all these years later. I literally replayed this game thousands of times as a child. So nostalgic. I just had the best idea. My DS is about to die, so I just thought of a good idea. So I had to make use of my mechanical degree. No, not my mechanical, my electrical degree. And I rigged up some electricity for my house. I mean, try not to be too impressed, but take a look. I have an extension cord going straight into the window, leading all the way up there to a power source. As you can see, we have 4 power outlets, which means I can charge my DS. So that's pretty epic. Now I can charge my DS. So I gotta go work out some details for my 30-year mortgage, but I'll be back to the house in maybe an hour or two, or maybe when it's time to hit the hay. All right, guys, so I just signed the papers on my mortgage on my house that I built. I'm gonna chill out in my house, maybe see if I could fall asleep. Alright guys, so this is my temporary sleep setup. I think it should be good. I have plenty of space already laid down there. And I've slept on this chair a couple times, so I don't think it's gonna be that hard. Alright, so this is the setup. I mean, I should be able to fall asleep here. As you can see, I got plenty of space down here. I got plenty of space on this side. I know a lot of people say don't move into your house before you're finished with it, because then you'll never finish it. But I don't think that's gonna be the case with me. I'm an exceptional person, and I'll probably be able to finish it. So I'm gonna try to go to sleep. Good morning. It is day 2 of living inside my DirtHouse. Today's mission is very special. We have to finish these walls once and for all. Get everything done with the walls so we can start focusing on the roof. So this is the sleep area, and before I start finishing these walls, I'm gonna like kind of see if I could like move these all towards the middle so we don't get like a ton of dirt all over my stuff. All right, so within an hour or two, this wall should be completely done. It should be completely level all the way across, and then I can stop thinking about anything having to do with the wall, and we can start working on the roof next. So I started building, but I pretty quickly got sidetracked. While building, I just had an idea for the roof. I think I'm gonna make a quick mock-up so you can kind of just see what it's about, and then you'll get the idea a lot easier. So I'm gonna build one real quick and then I'll show you. Guys, I thought this was pretty crazy. The DirtHouse supported my weight easily. So I put some mud around this stick because this stick is going to be a crucial part of the roof structure. After that, I went and confiscated a tree and then I put it on my roof. But this one was way too weak, so I went and got another. So I knew this tree was pretty good, so I put some mud around it. And it's pretty funny because the only thing I've been building with is dirt, mud, and wood. And that's the only thing I've been using so far. This is what I got in terms of roof. I've got a pretty good design here. I mean, for a DirtHouse, it's a pretty good design. And at the ends down here, I decided to put some mud in, because once that dries, it'll hold it in pretty nicely. It'll be better than having nothing down here. So I was feeling pretty tired of building the DirtHouse, so I decided to do something else for the DirtHouse. I brought some flowers to put onto the house. How wild is that? Onto the house. All right, guys, so my first idea was to plant them on the window, but that's not very good soil, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to plant them on the house. Guys, I put it right there and it looks so good. There's nowhere else to really plant flowers. Like, listen to this. I think this was a good idea. It's pretty solid right there. And I'm just gonna set this one up in the windowsill so my house has some extra greenery. And this bush daisy can go right here. All right, that's enough on flowers for now. I gotta finish this roof. All right, so I'm gonna need a good amount of sticks like this for the roof. So let's go start collecting in these woods. So I started collecting long straight sticks and I couldn't find a machete, so I had to use my samurai sword. 3, 4, buckle some more. Somebody put that in the edit and make it seem really cool, that I don't just look like an idiot wearing Crocs using a samurai sword. All right, guys, so the roof is looking fantastic. As you can see right there, those parts are still a little long. We need to cut those. All right, so I got the corners trimmed up pretty nicely. As you can see, that looks pretty good. All right, so these are gonna be really good for the roof. All right, so I got a lot of palmetto material to go throw on the house as a roof. So my friend the rabbit pulled up to my house. He thinks that if he's really still, then we won't even notice he's here. Guys, so I think for now, the roof is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the roof, especially since it's just a roof on a dirt house. It looks pretty decent, but the inside tells a different story. It doesn't look that decent from the inside. I mean, I got pretty good coverage right here. I may improve it more, but for now, I just need to rest. So I think when I said rest, that was just an excuse. Guys, something wild just happened, like literally insane. I made it to the Elite Four. I think that's enough for tonight. That's enough games for tonight. I didn't do the best job earlier, but hey, it's a roof. As long as I have a roof over my head, I can usually fall asleep. What's that sound? Oh, I put the bucket in front of the door so it can act like as a door, pretty much. Maybe it'll help keep the bugs out, hopefully. Oh, that actually feels good. I've been up since 6:30, so falling asleep in here should be easy. Okay guys, camera's not picking it up, but from laying down right here, without the camera on, the camera doesn't pick it up, but I can see stars through here, and it's just like so cool. I got my pillow, but laying on my side actually feels really good on this gaming chair. I think I could fall asleep very soon, so I don't know what that sound is. So, good night. What a night. It was pretty uneventful, actually. So first thing in the morning, I started watering my flowers with water and watering myself with coffee. That did not sound right. Boys and girls, It's a little bit later in the day, and today we have something very special planned. It's time for some interior design, so to speak. First thing we got is this treasure chest, which is a necessity for all dirt houses. Oh, you wanna know what's inside? That's a secret. Next we have a clock so I can tell the time. Oh no. Right there will do the tricks. It's gonna go on the wall. Anyway, that's all I brought for interior. About an hour later, I kick back and relax to beat the game that keeps distracting me. So I challenged the champion of this game, probably something I haven't done in 10 years. So first my Ampharos took down a Gyarados. Then I landed a Focus Punch and KO'd Aerodactyl. So next my Dragonair soloed a Dragonite. And this final move finished it all. I did it. Sorry if this turned into a random gameplay video. You got more than you bargained for. Anyway, now that the game's over, now what? Guys, I'm moving out. I no longer need to live in this house at all. So until next time, this is Infernox over and out.